Soldiers, families, and friends, we thank you for joining us for the change of command ceremony and change of responsibility for Bravo Company, 1st of the 214th General Support Aviation Battalion. Today, the Bravo Company guidon will be transferred from Captain Cody Amalusik to Captain Christopher Hooker, and from First Sergeant Daniel Evans to First Sergeant Edmund Brock. Presiding over today's ceremony is the 1st of the 214th General Support Aviation Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew McGraw. The passing of the guidon symbolizes the transfer of command responsibility and authority. Since the 17th century and the adoption of the regimental system for the armies of the world, the unit colors and subordinate guidons have served an important function for the men and women they represent. Historically, the unit colors served as a rallying point for the soldiers of a unit as they move forward into battle. Traditionally, the guidon stayed at the side of the commander, but would move forward even if the commander fell in combat. All others may perish, but the colors live on. The unit guidon no longer serves as a rallying point in war, but it still serves an equally important role as a symbol of permanence. It is the guidon which bears the history of the unit. For although the equipment, personnel, and mission of the unit may change, the guidon remains a symbol of the past and a promise of the future. The ceremonial passing of the guidon is the single event which most embodies the institution and responsibility of the position of command. The passing of the guidon to the battalion commander represents the successful completion of command by the outgoing commander. By the authority of paragraph 2-5, Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of Big Windy, 1st of the 214th General Support Aviation Battalion, signed Christopher Hooker, Captain, Aviation, Commanding. The senior NCO of the organization is traditionally responsible for maintenance and care of the colors. And so, the outgoing First Sergeant Evans, passes the unit guidon to the outgoing commander, Captain Amalusik, signifying the unit's appreciation for his leadership and guidance. Captain Amalusik hands the company guidon to the battalion commander, signifying the relinquishing of his command and gratitude for the opportunity to lead soldiers. Lieutenant Colonel McGraw then delivers the guidon to the incoming commander, Captain Hooker, entrusting him with the responsibility and care of the unit. Captain Hooker passes the guidon to the incoming First Sergeant Brock, signifying his trust and confidence in the leaders and soldiers of the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain online for a few words from Lieutenant Colonel McGraw, Captain Amalusik, First Sergeant Evans, Captain Hooker, and First Sergeant Brock. On behalf of the senior leaders of the 1st of the 214th General Support Aviation Battalion, we thank you for attending today's ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today for this very unusual change of command ceremony. Conducting a change of command in times like these is still an important function, right? We want to highlight the heritage and the importance of this ceremony while maintaining our physical distance and allowing soldiers to still observe the time-honored traditions of the United States Army. Right? The 1st of the 214th GSAB is unique amongst GSABs in the Army. It was created as an aviation regiment, a non-deployable aviation regiment during a drawdown of forces across Europe. It's comprised of a headquarters company, an assault company, a medevac company, aviation maintenance company, a fixed-wing company, and this heavy lift company. This heavy lift company is the only organic lift company in United States Army Europe, right? And it's tasked with supporting United States Army capabilities across Europe as well as supporting our NATO allies. Continually building readiness in the 173rd, 2CR, and various other 7th ATC organizations, as well as supporting a multitude of exercise in multinational forums. Big Windy is the first call when there's stuff that needs to move. There's no doubt about it. And the reason for that is because of the outstanding soldiers in this organization, right? It's not about the Chinook, it's about the people, right? The people in this organization, with only short notice, were able to deploy rapidly in support of EUCOM. They were able to support the President of the United States during his visit to London. They've been a part of every major exercise that USAR and EUCOM has conducted over the last 18 months. That's because of the people. The people make this organization exceptional. The soldiers in Big Windy were very fortunate to have a gifted company commander in Cody Amalisic. Captain Amalisic took command of the company as a part of a mixed aviation task force here in Katterbach. Led the company almost immediately through a rotation in Hohenfels, then again through another rotation in Hohenfels, and as well as a deployment out to Hungary, or correction, Romania, right? He's been stepping and fetching ever since he took command, right? As well as I mentioned before, the short notice mission in support of EUCOM. He's brought the soldiers together as a team. Most importantly, he's trained them and built a team that's worthy of the name Big Windy and that lineage. So I appreciate everything that you've done for this organization, and I know the soldiers are sad to see you go. He had a great helping hand in First Sergeant Evans. First Sergeant Evans, your leadership of the company has also been exemplary. Right? I have no doubt that you're going to do great things up at 12th Cab. Just try not to give me too many taskings. Okay. Captain Amalisic and his wife Hannah are heading off to West Point. He's going to help shape the next foundation of leaders in the United States Army. And I couldn't think of a better task. His replacement, Captain Hooker, is a former alumnus of Big Windy and is coming back for round 2. Right? And Chris, we're excited to have you join the 214th team. Right? And we know that you're going to do great things with the company as we get ready for this summer's exciting time in both the Battalion FTX and another CTC rotation. So there's a lot to do. A lot ahead of you. These soldiers deserve to be trained, and I know that you're going to train them. Right? Just remember, as I've said before, our most important asset is our soldiers. Their most important asset is time. Don't waste it. None of this is possible without the support of the families for each one of these great leaders. So I want to thank specifically Hannah Amalisic for her outstanding leadership of the FRG. She's built a great team here, and I know the Big Windy family is going to miss her. With that, we're receiving on Victoria and Taylor, right, for First Sergeant Brock and Captain Hooker. And I'm very excited to welcome you all to the Big Windy family. So thank you for coming. And to First Sergeant Brock, it's going to be an exciting time, and I know these NCOs are going to do great things under your mentorship.
Colonel Brome, Command Sergeant Major Rodriguez, CB5 Santos, Lieutenant Colonel Cole, and Lieutenant Colonel McGraw, Command Sergeant Major Zaragoza, family, friends, and soldiers of Big Windy. Thank you for tuning in and being here today. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work the men and women of Big Windy have done into making this company such a great organization. Over the past year, we have flown all over Europe, from the United Kingdom to the island of Cyprus, in support of numerous customers, both US and foreign allies. To throw some numbers out there, over 1,500 flight hours in 17 different countries, more than 10 major maintenance events. I'm truly humbled by everything you have done, and it is not beyond me to realize the sacrifices you have all made. Colonel Brome and Lieutenant Colonel Cole, Lieutenant Colonel McGraw, thank you for the opportunity to serve within your formation, and I hope to be leaving Big Windy having made it a better organization in some way. And I would also like to thank Colonel Ken Cole, first because I know he was a big part of bringing me here and getting this opportunity, but mostly because he helped me test a theory. Can a CH-47 pick up to a hover at max gross weight, 50,000 pounds, with only one engine? It has been confirmed. The answer is yes. With no damage whatsoever to the aircraft, mind you, only to my pride. First Sergeant Evans, thank you for taking care of our soldiers and being there to keep us all in line. Platoon Sergeants, Manny, Penn, Penny, Eli, and Woody. If it weren't for you guys, none of our aforementioned accomplishments would have been possible. You guys are the true workhorses behind the scenes that get it done day in and day out. Thanks for your hard work and dedication to Big Windy. SPs, IPs, safety, Tom, Jason, Nick, and Cliff, you guys truly keep this group of professional aviators on a continued path for success. And thanks for standing over my shoulder and walking me through CAFRs on a regular basis. You'd think I'd have it figured out by now. MTPs, AMSO, Clayton, Bobby, Waitman, and Chris, you guys have dominated the maintenance game and are true masters of your craft. And to our Big Windy families, bottom line, we couldn't do this without you. You were the unsung heroes of the Army, and I'm quite certain that over the last couple of months, the entire world has gained a greater appreciation for what you do every single day. And of course, to my loving wife, Hannah, and to Lily and Tanner, I love our wild and crazy little family. And Hannah, I'm so thankful for everything you do for us. I'll leave you all with a quick thought. It's not the strongest that survive, but the most adaptable to change. There's a lot of uncertainty in our world right now, and a lot of people are making predictions about how long this will last or what's next. But the truth is, we don't know. All we can do is be ready for anything, which is truthfully no change for Big Windy. Each and every one of you is a rock star. You guys are crushing it day in and day out, COVID or not. Big Windy is ready to go in any capacity. And don't ever forget that the mission and our precious cargo are our concern. Chris and Victoria, you are no strangers to Big Windy. Welcome home. I know you'll do great. Strong Europe, wings of victory, uptight, Big Windy. Big Windy 6, signing off.
Colonel Brome, Command Sergeant Major Rodriguez, CW5 Santos, Lieutenant Colonel McGraw, Command Sergeant Major Zaragoza, and other distinguished guests, friends, and soldiers. Thank you for joining me today. Whether it be here in person or viewing online, your presence means a lot to me and to the Big Windy family. I'd like to start by thanking Colonel Brome and Command Sergeant Major Rodriguez for the opportunity to expand my horizons as I move up to brigade to take on the role as the Operations Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major Liverar has done a tremendous job for some time now, and I look forward to learning from him as I embark on this new and challenging chapter in my career. Big Windy has been the best company that I have had the pleasure to serve with in my almost 17 years of military service. I was not perfect when I took responsibility of Big Windy last year, and I stand here before you today, and I am still not. But because of the NCOs, soldiers, and officers of Big Windy, I am, I hope, at least a little bit of a better leader, a better father, and a better man. I have learned much in the last year while working alongside this group of outstanding individuals who have together made Big Windy what I believe is one of the most capable and versatile flight companies in all of U.S. Army aviation. Captain Amalusik has already shared with you some of the more impressive stats that Big Windy has racked up over the last year, so I won't bore you with those again. But I would like to say that I have been impressed day after day with the performance of every single member of Big Windy. Together, they can take on any task or mission assigned to them and complete it to standard, ahead of time, and probably before they were even asked to do it. To the NCOs of Big Windy, who I won't list by name now because Captain Amalusik already did that too, you can be counted on to prepare yourselves, your soldiers, and your equipment so that Big Windy will stand out
is the most prepared and able company during any field exercise or real-world scenario. Your outstanding leadership, hard work, and determination to never fail at any mission that was thrown at you has not gone unnoticed, even though the pilots always took all the credit. Thank you for your amazing performance and for always making me look good. You guys made it easy. To the lieutenants of Big Windy, you are some of the best and brightest young officers that I have ever had the pleasure of serving with. Not only do you never shy away from responsibility or let a task go unfinished, but you did it all with gusto. I know that Captain Hooker and First Sergeant Brock and Big Windy will all be in good hands with you supporting them. My message to the soldiers of Big Windy: there are more of you here today now than there were a year ago. Big Windy has lost some of its most experienced NCOs and will lose some of its most experienced NCOs over the upcoming summer. Please don't let them leave without extracting as much knowledge and experience out of them as possible. Sooner than you know it, you will be the future of Big Windy. The more you can dedicate to progressing your skill sets as troubleshooters, mechanics, and flyers now, the better off you will all be. To the warrant officers, you guys were all right too. Captain Amalusik, thank you for all that you have done for me. Whether it was encouraging me to do CrossFit, read a new book that you just checked out, or simply yelling out, "Tone," when I'm talking to just about anyone, you have truly helped me better myself, both professionally and personally. And I feel a little bit better about the future of the Army, knowing that you will have some influence, no matter how slight, over at least a handful of West Point graduates for the next couple of years. I wish you, Hannah, Lily, and Tanner Man nothing but the best. Yang and Yang. Lastly, to my wife Emily and my daughter Fiona, Emily, thank you for always supporting me in all of my endeavors and for putting up with my antics and forgetfulness. I can't imagine doing what I do each day if I didn't have your beautiful face and keen mind to go home to. You're a terrific mother and an amazing nurse. I can't wait to see what life has in store for us. Fiona, I love you more than anything. Your smile and laughter bring me more joy than even ice cream. You are without a doubt the best baby jaguar in the world. I will always be proud to say that I played a small part in the rich history of this historic company. While I'm sad to leave, I know that Big Windy will be in good hands with First Sergeant Brock and Captain Hooker. To everyone, please find what drives you and use that passion to improve yourself and the unit every day. Like Captain Ambelusik says, stay humble, stay hungry, and happy. Thank you. Strong Europe, Wings of Victory, uptight, Big Windy. Big Windy 07 signing out.
Good morning. Colonel Brome, Command Sergeant Major Rodriguez, CW5 Santos, Lieutenant Colonel McGraw. Friends and soldiers of Big Windy, thank you for being here today, and for those of you who are watching online. First and foremost, I want to thank Colonel Brome and Lieutenant Colonel McGraw for this amazing opportunity and this tremendous responsibility. I'm truly honored and humbled to stand here as the commander of Big Windy. Cody and Hannah, thank you. Thank you for the friendship you have shown Victoria and I over the past year and during this time of transition. We wish you all the best on your move to West Point and the next chapter of your family's journey. To my wife Victoria, you look beautiful today. Thank you for all of your support over the past 3 years and all of your resilience through these unprecedented times. None of this would be possible without you, and I am truly thankful. And last but certainly not least, to the men and women of Big Windy. I've enjoyed working alongside all of you for the past 3 years, and it's truly an honor to be able to lead you now. You all are what make this company great. All policies remain in effect. Strong Europe, Wings of Victory, uptight, Big Windy 6, signing on.
Good morning. Colonel Brom, Command Sergeant Major Smith Rodriguez, Command Sergeant Smith Rodriguez, Lieutenant Colonel McGraw, Command Sergeant Major Zaragoza. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve in this great organization. It is an honor to be part of Bravo Company 214th Big Windy. First Sergeant Evans, thank you for being a mentor and a role model to the soldiers of Big Windy. Your leadership and dedication to the unit will not be forgotten. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Captain Hooker, I look forward to leading the soldiers of Big Windy alongside of you. I will work hard every single day taking care of soldiers, upholding the standards, and supporting you in every step of the way. To the officers, NCOs, and soldiers of Big Windy, I look forward to working with all of you. Finally, yet most importantly, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Taylor, for joining me on this adventure 6 years ago. Thank you for your unwavering love and support to me and my career. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you, so thank you. Thank you for all the things you do for me and our children. You always have been my strength, and I thank you for your endless sacrifice. Strong Europe, wings of victory, uptight, Big Windy 7 signing in.